We are getting new map conditions for Arc Raiders in patch 1.1.0. They will become available on Saturday. We're getting the Hidden Bunker, the Night Raid for Bluegate, and the Electromagnetic Storm. These are all going to become available on Saturday. We have seen the Electromagnetic Storm not available, but it is selectable on the map in Arc Raiders. And what it says is that there will be fewer active return points and lightning strikes. The lightning strikes batter the surface, frying electronics, disrupting arc machines, and electrocuting unsuspecting raiders. So all these are coming out in patch 1.1.0, which was released this morning at 3 a.m. They fixed a bunch of bug fixes, and we also got some new cosmetic items to look at. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the first one, they fixed an issue where the integrated shield recharger was only recharging when equipped. Then next, we fixed an issue where augment skills sometimes did not work. If you don't know what augment skills are, they are the skills that the leveled up augments or the purple and blue augments have. So for example, the Combat Mark II restores 1 health every 5 seconds. When damage is taken, the effect is paused for 30 seconds. Okay, so moving on from augments, they fixed an exploit using deployables pushing players through walls. That's definitely a big bug. It allows players to easily get into locked key rooms without the key, so we definitely don't want that. They were able to use the barricade to push players through the wall, I believe. I saw a video of it on Reddit. So good that they fixed that. I feel like every single game has, or at least loot games have some sort of bug like this where you can push players through walls, especially like, you know, games where you can like make ice walls out of nothing. Stuff like that is really easy to sort of glitch around and get pushed through things. So it's good that they fixed this. I hope that it doesn't come back, but sometimes issues like this can sort of be like bugs, so it may come back in a different shape or form. We'll see, but a good fix there overall. They added a charge progress for the integrated shield repair. It does sound sort of like the integrated stuff needed a little bit more work, so it's good to see that they're polishing that up. They fixed an issue where health regen skills wouldn't work if they were triggered while DBNO. I'm not sure what DBNO stands for. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm probably stupid, but that's okay. It's good that the health regen skills are being triggered now, theoretically. They fixed a bug where the well-traveled achievement wouldn't register. So I just looked at the achievements, and the well-traveled achievement should be registered for basically everyone. It's safely returned from damn battlegrounds, buried city, and spaceport. I have definitely done all of those, and I'm still at 2 out of 3, so I guess that affected me, and it should be fixed today. So hopefully everyone will get that achievement when they get into raid today. So moving on from there, barricades can no longer be placed near zipline exit points. That's probably a good change. I would assume people were able to block other people in like unfair ways where you just couldn't take the zipline. That's what I would assume. I'm not actually sure if that's why they made that change. I mean, it could be a strategy, but again, maybe there's some good reason. I don't know. Anyways, overall, I think that's probably a solid change. It's good to keep barricades from being placed like that. The only thing I could imagine is like you could like place a zip line down towards another person and they couldn't put down a barricade, but that's like such a like low chance scenario of happening that I'm sure that's fine. So a good change there. They added the punch hands emote. It was a pre-order bonus in the game, so we get another emote. I love the emotes in the game, by the way. They're awesome. Same with the voice lines. I think it's super cool. Also be careful, they have a voice changer built in, so if someone's coming over to you and talking to you like they're a girl, they're probably a boy, but you just never know. So don't go believe in what people sound like. So anyways, and then last but not least, they changed the schedule so new map conditions become available Saturday. We have the Hidden Bunker, the Night Raid on Bluegate, and the Electromagnetic Storm. Super cool. I'd assume Hidden Bunker is probably just a Hidden Bunker opens up on the map. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to check that out. Night Raid on Bluegate has been something I have definitely been waiting for. The loot on Night Raids is just so much better. If you don't know, or you haven't actually read what it is, when you go on a Night Raid, Raiders have, or I'll read it out real quick. Raiders have been finding especially good loot behind locked doors, and keys have been more plentiful. The heightened raider activity has attracted more arc than usual. So there are fewer active return points, there's no active raider hatches, and there's increased loot value. So definitely great loot value. So if you want to get more loot, do yourself some night raids, and it will definitely be good. So other than that, the Electromagnetic Storm we already covered. So that is everything in patch 1.1.0. Let's cover the new cosmetics in the store real quick. We have the Wilderness Scout set, which is looking pretty solid. I'm not a big fan of all of their cosmetics in the game. They're just not for me, but overall, I think it's sort of cool. I think this, especially this on the face, is pretty cool. And then we get a new emote with it as well, where you get to water bottle empty. And yeah, so that is that. And then moving on from there, this set's actually pretty cool. I would consider buying it, but I'm sure they will release other things that I will like more. So this is the Leviathan set. We get this super cool helmet, looks like Tidehunter from Dota 2 if you play that game. We have a barnacle encrusted backpack. We do have some different colors. We have headgear on and off, so super cool. There's the oxygen tank. Get some scars on your face, and we have a fish hanging off the backpack. So anyways, some super cool sets. Oh yeah, and we also have the bird. You can have Scrappy with a Leviathan thing. Super cute. So those are our new cosmetic sets. I think overall they're pretty solid. I'm not a huge fan of the cosmetics in this game again, but maybe eventually they will release some things that I do like. I do love the Mirage set. I think this is super cool. And if I was to get a set in this game, I would probably get this set because it looks super cool. But anyways, moving on from cosmetics. Okay, so I wanted to quickly cover the player count. I think it's looking super healthy. After a week after release, we're still pretty much hitting 300,000 players every single day. We even peaked at 354,000 over the weekend, so it's looking super, super solid. I think the player count will remain healthy for a while. I'm glad that they're doing wipes unlike games like Delta Force. I think that wipes will help out a lot. I know it's not exactly the same. It's sort of expeditions and not everyone has to wipe, but I think that the players that normally don't come back to games like Delta Force because they finished everything will come back for this because they will do their expedition, wipe their account, and redo everything, grind up again. It'll be super fun because a fair amount of people will all be starting over. And yeah, so I'm super excited for the expeditions. I do wonder whether they'll reset your blueprints as well, because that would super suck. But overall, I think that the game's going to be looking super healthy. We'll expect a wipe sometime in December. And yeah, so finish your expeditions, have fun, go PvP. But other than that, I think it is looking super nice. One of the big issues right now is there have been a lot of people talking about desync and lag in this game. I think the actual lag hasn't been too bad, but desync is terrible. Apparently the tick rate of the Arc Raider servers is ridiculously low, like at 3, whereas like, you know, Valorant I think is like at 120 or something really high. And it's basically the lowest of most competitive games. People are getting shot behind doorways. Reminds me of Tarkov, honestly. So I hope that they upgrade their servers to something that has a lower tick rate, so it's easier for people to, you know, have fun and not get shot behind walls. So I hope they get that fixed. If they don't, I do think it could hurt their player base in the long term. It's just not fun to get shot from behind walls. And then one last thing to cover today. If you didn't know, if you get shot by a cheater or killed by them, you actually, if they get caught, you will get your items returned. So that is super nice. I actually haven't ran into too many cheaters in Arc Raiders. I actually can't. I've maybe run into like one cheater that seemed like relatively obvious, but again, it could have just been like insane aim. But overall, I think that so far the cheats for this game have been pretty minimal, or they're just like wall hacks or whatever, so it hasn't been too much of an issue. And also, I feel like wall hacks aren't as big of an issue in third-person games because basically everyone has wall hacks where you can look around the wall and see if anyone's coming. So, anyways, that should be it for the patch notes today. I will have a guide coming out later today that will be linked at the end of this video if you want to cache that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.